Destructive, destructive, destructive. You're a stranger, stuck inside my head. A remainder of a love that died inside. You're a stranger, and there's no point to pretend that you can't hear with me. Erase my memory. I'm in danger, gotta quit while I'm ahead. Disclaimer, an emotion left unread. I'm in danger, and there's no point to pretend that you can't hear with me. Erase my memory. It don't feel so right when I disconnect from you. Hard to say what we do. It don't feel so right when I disconnect from you. Hard to say what we do. It's finally catching up to you. You're a virus, you were crawling in my skin, like a hybrid of a blessing and a sin. You're a virus, and I got no medicine. I heard you playing me, your faith into me. And the fire is a life I used to live. On a wire, controlling me within. And the fire, there was nothing left to give. I heard you playing me, your faith into me. It don't feel so right when I disconnect from you. Hard to say what we do. It don't feel so right when I disconnect from you. Hard to say what we do. It's finally catching up to you. Disconnect, disconnect. I'm a disconnect, disconnect. I'm a disconnect, disconnect. I'm a disconnect, 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 disconnect. I'm a disconnect, disconnect. I'm a disconnect, disconnect. I'm a disconnect, disconnect. It don't feel so right when I disconnect from you. Hard to say what we do. It don't feel so right when I disconnect from you. Hard to say what we do. It's finally catching up to you.
Running round like dollars in the wind, bending over backwards just to let you in. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, 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 hours.
Left me in this mess I'm falling. Heaven knows. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League for some Wednesday night action. And we're starting off in the Titan League between two top dogs, the Krakens at 9-4 and Pinnacle at 10-3. So we got a good one ready to go for you. And I'm joined in the booth by Jaegers. How's it going?
Going pretty good, Magic. Had a great day, and hopefully gonna be treated to some pretty good Rocket League. We have a good one, 10-3 in Pinnacle versus 9-4. The Krakens. Pinnacle, always a good team year in, year out. Krakens, they had an undefeated season last season. Were not able to finish the job, however, losing to the eventual champions in Blizzard. But should be a good one. Two top teams going head to head.
Yeah, this Krakens team, a completely different roster, but you're correct. And that team was undefeated the entire regular season. And I think Pinnacle was the grand finalists from last season that lost to Blizzard. And I think everybody can agree Blizzard's top player was Mad Max, and now he's on Pinnacle, ready to bring them a championship. And they're looking good right now, sitting way towards the top of the standings. It's pretty much just them and Godfathers if you ask who's the best team in Titan right now. Some people would probably say Godfathers with the way Arrow and Dylan have been playing. We saw them on stream on Monday. But now it's time for Pinnacle and their top dog and Mad Max to show us what they're capable of. If you want to run through the rosters real quick, we can get familiar.
Absolutely, Magic. So Pinnacle has Mad Max, Mad Marks, Denzi, Anti, and I believe Lil Robotu as a sub. And Krakens on the flip have 2K Ladog, Fishy, and Living Like Larry, also known as Lariana, as their third. They don't currently have a sub spot, so it's going to be tough, but unfortunately, we have the script here, Magic, and I do it. Let's see, actually.
Mm-hmm.
There is a smudge. So I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm seeing Pinnacle's going to win this one 3-1. There's a smudge next to the 1, though. It could very well be a 2. We have yet to see. I could be wrong on that front. But I do see Pinnacle taking this one 3-1. The script never lies.
Yeah, Max brought Sub-Zero a few championships, so I'm in his debt, but my boy Larry on the other side, I got to root for him at the same time. So I think you're probably correct in your 3-1. I'd be down for a little 3-2 Krakens action on stream. And before we get too far, shout out AAA, 8-month sub to the channel, and JP for 9. So shout out to you guys for supporting us and keeping this thing rolling. And Monday, I think there's an FF victory for the Kraken or for Pinnacle. So they haven't got to play this week. And Krakens, they 3-0'd the Spartans. No hate to Crip, but Spartans sitting at 0-13. Not the best warm-up game to, get yourself ready for Pinnacle on stream. So we'll see how they can handle the nerves. As we do have everybody in the lobby, we got the Jaegers 3-1 prediction for Pinnacle. Now it's just time to see if Pinnacle agrees with you, or if they're feeling a 3-0 themselves, or maybe the Krakens have other plans for us Jaegers.
Absolutely. We won't know till we get into it. And, Magic, I'm hyped for it. I really am. Two really good teams, two great names, and let's see what happens.
Yes, sir. I'm excited to get onto the pitch where we have some big names on the Kraken side. I think everybody knows Ladog, Fishy, and Larry. And Fishy, he's going to put away the first one straight off the kickoff. Not much to see here. Some great play overall by Ladog, getting the kickoff and the pass.
Fishy's a really good player, really good caster. And, he kicks this one off fast, putting a goal in 5 seconds off the kickoff. And the Krakens get a good start here.
Yeah, very good start for the underdogs team. But, what does a kickoff goal really mean in the grand scheme of things? Is almost a chance there for Larry with the redirect. This one off the sidewall from Fishy. Another corner boost steal. And sitting in the back of the net is Anti, who gets bumped out the way, waiting for a shot to go through. Ladog off the crossbar. He had the entire net to shoot at. And he wasn't feeling it, so a nice little donation to charity there for Ladog as he keeps us at a 1-goal game. And still pressure, unrelenting Pinnacle on the back foot here so far.
And that goal wasn't good enough for Ladog. He said, give me a harder challenge. Oh. And he's going to take a shot there. Fishy putting you on target, but Denzi already with the savior, not even a minute in. This Pinnacle team needs to get off defense.
Yeah, and all three of these players for Kraken's very mechanical, very capable of solo plays. So if they find themselves on defense for a lot of time, losing boost control, it's going to be 100 boost Larry or 100 boost Ladog in the air, looking to reset on him. So we'll see how it goes. Ladog looking top corner, crossbar, and out. Larry will keep it in, but Max, no boost off backboard, will do his best to clear it out of harm's way. But right now, it is all Krakens. If the dog hadn't missed that easy shot, this would be a very dominating performance so far with 2 minutes gone by. As Mad Max waiting on the backboard will clear the length of the pitch. But Fishy will have none of it. Denzi is just a game of ping pong right now. And right now, Pinnacle looking for a shot. Almost found the angle as Denzi. Max keeping some pressure on for Pinnacle here.
Oh my
good screen!
goodness!
Max almost puts it away. A good save keeps it out, but that was almost peak.
That was an insane shot, Magic. What an angle from Max. He had the pre-flip, double tapping. The Krakens do well to get it away. Still 1-0 for the Krakens.
Man, that probably would have just stayed barely out, but you never know. A good save either way. It looked like it might have had the chance to potentially roll in and give us a clip of the night. Only a minute and a half or so into the match. But a good save will ruin Max's day and keep it at a 1-goal lead for the Krakens. As Fishy's going to 50 out multiple people. Max backflips, not ready for such a dominant 50 from Fishy. Denzi, no boost. Will be helped out a little bit for Max here, who takes up the sidewall looking for a bump. Max trying to get Mechie with it, but a good save by the Kraken's defense, keeping their lead at 1 apiece, or 1-0. And another shot almost finding the back corner. The dog up to the backboard. Ante, plenty of boost to clear this out of his defensive zone. Larry with a miss means a chance here for Pinnacle, but a good demo coming through from Larry, ruining any plans they had of scoring.
Yeah, no, I mean, Larry, a very good player. Usually plays much higher than his MMR range. Max gets a good shot, but Fishy does well to keep it away. Magic, Max is one of those players you got to watch out for. He's going to put one in the back of the net. And like I was saying, anytime he touches the ball, it's a threat.
Yeah, right on cue. As you're saying his name, he does what the dog was unable to do and just hit a net where he has a chance and a good wind up to the shot. Puts plenty of power to put that over the goalie. And we find ourselves tied. Really, the first earned goal. It was a good play by Ladog on the opening kickoff to get them started, but since then, really good defense by Pinnacle, working on low boost, and we find ourselves at 1 apiece now with a minute and a half left to go in this very crucial Game 1 opener to the series. A good play by Fishy, gets it past almost multiple people with great control. Max sends it, but it's right to Larry. Larry looking for the top corner with the delayed flip, but too wide, and Denzi was right there to keep it out of his net. Either way, Ladog with a chance, but Max playing great defense this game. He's known for his offense, but him and Denzi doing a great job of backboard control and keeping this from any chances for doubles or slots into the top corner. Denzi gets it over one, looking for the bump, gets the bump on Larry, and that kind of just resets things. Ante with a minute left to go here, Jaegers. We have a tie game, and really from the opening kickoff, we haven't seen much offense from the Krakens.
Absolutely. I mean, we just have a very good defensive performance by both teams. And, I mean, even those plays that, like, don't really show up on the stat sheets, the reads off their own backboard just to save the ball from threatening goal from threatening balls and making sure it doesn't go near their net. Both teams are reading the ball very well, and as a result, it's very hard to get any offense going.
Yeah, and the main thing I'm seeing is the backboard defense is nonstop, and yet we still find people just banging it up to backboard. And we've seen Max and Fishy just like gladly take the ball as it's thrown to them, and it kind of kills the offense. So see what Ante has to go here. What a second attempt, and he gets it to go. He just bodied the whole defense with the fakes and a clutch goal with 9 seconds left.
No, I mean, Ladog had to respect Ante's flick. He knows what he's capable of, and Ante just goes right under him for possibly the game winner, Magic.
We'll see what they can do here with 9 seconds left to go, and they haven't had anything but kickoff goals. Can they get another? No, Ante is there. He is the guy to keep it out of harm's way after getting the game winner. And Max, one for the road, top bins, and Pinnacle, regardless of the opening kickoff, they showed to be the better team in Game 1.
And Magic, that third goal was just icing on the cake. A little bit of lanyap as Ante gets a nice flick to Mad Max. And I mean, if you're Krakens, that last goal doesn't really make too big of a difference. You're losing either way. You need to sell out, get a goal quick, and they just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you really don't count that last goal, as I think both of us do not, that was kind of just an attempt by Krakens that they got punished for. But that miss by Ladog was the difference maker. And I mean, with 9 seconds left, they would have been winning by one. And you have to think it's a different situation where they're playing much more safe. So at the end of the day, that one miss does give the win to Pinnacle. So Ladog, regardless of his opening kickoff heroics, he's got to put those away, or this is going to be a very long series for Krakens.
And Magic, I mean, to be honest, it is just one shot. Anything could happen. The game is a 5-minute long game filled with a ton of chances. So it's very easy to put a loss directly on one shot, even though that's not necessarily the case. There's a bunch of plays you don't necessarily are able to look back on and remember. So it was an unfortunate miss by Larry, Ladog. But Larry's gonna get one there, and once again, Kraken's gonna start the game with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, it only took him about 20 seconds this time. A little longer than the first game, but they'll take a goal. Larry, not much work in front of him, just puts it away. And yeah, you're right. That one shot, I mean, might have been the difference maker, but you never know. They got to do something over the course of the 5 minutes because they had nothing going for them as a team over the course of the about 4 minutes and 55 seconds they had to put one in the net. So Max missing out, but leaves it for Dinzy nonetheless, who I think was trying to connect with Max, but I don't think they were on the same page there.
Oh,
so
what a pass.
Oh, almost a shot top bins, but Max, he's going to send that a little high. First time he's had a real chance and missed. And breath of air for the Krakens is Dinzy trying to get it over one. But a great defense by Ladog and a chip out by Larry. But Max was right there in the way to cut off that passing play. So the Sky goes anti. Not enough boost to do much, but does get it past two, a double commit. And Ladog will have to make the best of the situation. Pass midfield to Max. Dinzy looking for the bump, but Larry gets by it. Makes a challenge, and Ladog with the save, and another save comes through from Fishy. The defense coming through from Krakens, and a banger on target. Ante makes a save. See if he can get it past. He can. And a great stop by Ante. And the Krakens, they'll keep their 1-goal lead, but they can't find a second.
And that was a very heads-up shot by the Krakens, recognizing that the defense was in an awkward position. And an even better save by Ante, making sure to hit the ball out the way. It's a very awkward position, and he did well to keep it out the back of the net.
Yeah, and this roster from Krakens, they're looking very good. I mean, Ladog and Fishy, people know plenty of, but Larry coming from the rival, doing his best, and he cannot get in the way of Max's shot here. As, coming from rival to Titan, and slotting in so nicely, it does a good look for this Krakens team, who's been looking for a solid roster for a while now, regardless of their really good record.
Most definitely. I mean, this Krakens roster has two 1700s and a 1935 Ladog. They still have some cap space, but as of right now, they're still electing to go with their roster. And I can't say it's not working out for them the way they're matching up to this Pinnacle team.
Yeah, you got a point, and I think they had Heck at one point, and they decided to go with Larry, and it's got them a few wins in a row, and they're looking good here against Pinnacle's Ladog. As you mentioned, the highest MMR player on the roster. Had a real shot there, but good defense coming through. And Max, 0 boost in the back of the net. This is a good chance for a counterattack. But Dinzy, way to send this over to Max with a kind of a little touch to send it all the way across the field. And we'll have a little pause here as both teams collect boost halfway through this game too. Ante to the Sky has plenty of boost to work with, but he's going to let this one go to Dinzy. As two people upfield for the Krakens. With no boost means the chance here for Pinnacle to counterattack on the low boost defense. A good 50 by Fishy. Keeps this one out of harm's way. Larry looking for pass midfield. Dinzy gets it past one. Would have had the double, but Fishy's going to say no, sir. And a shot almost top corner from Max. I mean, he's been going for these shots, and only a couple times has he found the crossbar.
Magic, that would have been an insane angle. I wasn't sure if that was going in the top right or if it was just about to hit the crossbar. I wasn't sure it was too close a call. And Kraken's very fortunate that one hit crossbar because I'm not sure anyone was going to be able to save that. Dinzy quick enough to the teardrop, and he's going to put his team up by 1.
Yeah, Fishy trying to make a touch, but he sends it right to the waiting arms of, I think it was Dinzy, who just plays his own waterfall Might have been Ante, but either way, Pinnacle catching them off guard and taking another lead. We'll see if the Krakens, for the first time in the series, can fight from behind, or if we're going to have a match point coming our way as we head to game 3 in just a minute and a half.
No.
Max trying to get it for a third, but cannot do so. A really good bounce here for Ladog to follow up. Denzi full boost on the backboard will be no problem for him, but not the best touch as he goes right to Fishy. Larry, enough boost, but not the best first touch. Means his double tap will not be too threatening. A good beat by Ladog might be what they need, but no, a whiff comes through. It does fake out a couple, but a minute left to go here, Jaegers and the Krakens. They have to figure out something, fighting from behind for the first time.
And that's just an unfortunate miss. I'm not sure who that was, but the ball was bouncing in front of the goal. He had the shot, but I mean, the moment just got too much. He just missed the ball. He may have actually gotten faked a bit by the Pinnacle defense, expecting them to hit it. But that being said, it seems like outside the first minute, this Krakens team hasn't been able to do anything offensively.
Yeah, and I love that touch from Larry there, putting it out of the reach of the backboard defender, trying to set up something unique that this Pinnacle defense hasn't already seen because they're looking good. Larry, the pass to Ladog, top corner is off target. Another missed opportunity for this Kraken's offense. Was time taken away. Fishy looking for a 50 against Denzi, but Denzi is too strong right now. Larry with the pre-flip shot, but a good save by Max. And Max, 1v1 situation, Fishy will make the stop, but they're on the wrong side of the field right now with 10 seconds left to go. Ladog gets it over one. Max is going to cut it off, gets the reset, tries to follow it up. Denzi in the right spot. Max will clear it about halfway across the pitch. Larry over one. Time at 0. They need something now, or they will have to win 3 in a row. Fishy right there with a shot. Denzi is there to keep it a little bit off target, but it will be enough as the defense is just too good from Pinnacle right now. And that one goal will be all they let through for a second straight game.
And Magic, it's a close series. Both games were, well, actually, the first game was 3-1, but I mean, the last goal was a garbage time goal. But I mean, both these teams are playing at a very high level, very good defensively. Krakens, I want to see a little bit more from them offensively. They're getting the shots, they're getting the pressure. They're just not getting the goals, and they need to do something in this game 3 if they want to find a way to make the comeback.
And I mean, see how it goes, but right now it's got to be they have to score more than one goal. Because right now they're getting an early goal within like the first 20 seconds, and they're kind of just, not shelling up on defense, but unable to break the defense of Pinnacle. And Ladog looking to get that early goal once again. A miss comes through, but Ante probably just calling off Max there. Who had a better touch. Larry off the backboard. Max will be able to reach it, but not as far as Ladog wants it. Looking for a bump on the net here, but Denzi will do his best to clear it across the pitch. Max doing a lot of work here. Midfield, Ante gets a dunk on Fishy's touch, but Fishy will do a great job getting the pinch and clearing it across the field. Ladog with a great touch off the corner. It was a good pass, but I don't think Fishy was ready for it. And Larry playing the deep third man here, trying to keep the counterattack from biting them in the back again. Whiff coming through. Fishy will hit it off the backboard. Interesting situation here for Krakens as they keep attacking the backboard, but nothing really coming from it. Ladog with the reset. Fishy is there to follow
What
up.
a save!
What a great save, as you said, from Denzi. And once again, we've seen a minute go by with really good defense here, and this is the first game that they haven't allowed that early goal. So we'll see if the Krakens can find a way to get a goal outside that first minute for the first time.
And yeah, no, the Krakens are bringing all the pressure right now. They're doing whatever they can. Nice shot by Larry, and he does well to keep it away. And I mean, Ante and Denzi have been defensive stalwarts for this Pinnacle roster, doing whatever they can to keep the ball at the back of the net.
Yeah, and you saw Max trying to get the reset there, but a good save coming through. It was almost a scary situation as Larry with that shot, but Denzi always playing solid third man right now. He has 4 saves, and we're just a minute and 40 seconds into this game, Jaegers. It just shows you how capable this Pinnacle team is of just sitting back, playing defense, and waiting for their chance to come at them. As Denzi, a great catch off the side or off the backboard, fakes out the musty, and will pay for it with his life. As Fishy collects, but gets 50'd out by Max. Larry the first to it, plenty of boost to follow up here if he wants to. Grabs the mid as well, puts it off the corner. But Denzi, he's just so good at defense right now, Jaegers, and he's keeping everything out of his net.
No, he really is. I mean, Krakens have plenty of chances, but they've all been snuffed out by this Pinnacle roster. And I I mean, Pinnacle hasn't even had an ounce of pressure, and they look calm as can be.
And Denzi, we know him for his defense, looking for a reset. I don't think he was able to quite get it. As Ante beats that one, can't get the double off the ceiling. Max gets it past another, but Larry is there in time. Full boost to work with. Larry has everything in the world he can do right here, but he will be dunked out by Denzi. Not the best first touch.
Oh, nice
and
shot.
A shot on target. Fishy top corner. And finally, outside of the first few seconds, we see some successful offense from the Krakens.
Absolutely, just a nice heads up shot by Fishy, and Ante not quite able to get across the goal in time. Perfect placement by the Kraken, and I mean, for the third time we've seen the Krakens up 1-0. Can they hold on to this lead, Magic?
This is the chance they've been looking for. Down 2 games in the series. Now they have just 2 minutes to go to hold on to their lead. And it looks like their plan is to keep the pressure on. As Ladog with a whiff coming through. Here's the chance for Ante. Just throws it at Larry. Larry doesn't make the touch. Just a straight up whiff coming through. The third man had left thinking Larry had it. And it goes right over their head into their net.
And just an unfortunate misplay by Larry. Ante just gets the flick. It wasn't that great of a flick. He just beat the defender, and it was a tap-in from there.
Yeah, and that's a very uncharacteristic miss from Larry, who's played a very solid third man this series, but just wasn't ready for the shot straight at him. And I mean, I guess Ante's going to take it every day of the week as we're tied out of nowhere. Fishy almost on target, but Ante, he knew it wasn't, and he gets it past Ladog as well. And chance here for Pinnacle to take the lead. Denzi, he's going to keep it in. Looking to get it midfield to Max, but Ladog up very early. And going to try to center this to Larry. But Max, he snuffed it out the whole way.
My.
And open net for Denzi. And they tried to throw everything at the Pinnacle defense all at once. But it just comes back to bite him as Max with a good cut.
And I mean, just an unfortunate double commit by the Krakens, and nobody was left home. Denzi had an open net, and he takes that any day of the week.
Yeah, and I mean, really, that just comes from that one cut off the sideball by Max they were not ready for, and it kind of just ruins their whole plan. Denzi looking for the reset, gets it over one, and that's all he has to do. He doesn't need it off the backboard. It's just straight into the net, and Denzi, he can play defense, but when he feels like it, he can get mechanical on offense.
And I mean, Denzi just showing off the mechanics here, and why not? The man's popping off.
And now you have to come back from 2 goals as the Krakens. And you know those comms are really upset right now because these goals they've given away. Other than that last one, that was a good goal by Denzi, but the defense is kind of lacking here in these last minute or so. As they were up 1-0 as we hit the 2-minute mark. And now they're in a very dangerous situation and threat of getting swept on stream.
Oh, nice pass,
Larry.
though.
Larry plays it slow. I love it from Larry. Could have just put the banger and would have been saved by the pre-jump, but plays it slow, and we have really a game here now.
Well, I mean, that's why he did it. They were expecting the banger, and like he had the pre-jump and everything, and Larry just takes his time, takes it slow, decides to go with the finesse, and this game is very comebackable now, Magic.
Sure is, and a good read by Larry, making up for his prior mistake, taking that goal off the board, but they still need one more to make up for Denzi's reset play, as he will make another save here, up to 5 saves now. Larry tries to pre-flip into it, but good defense coming through. And a good dunk by Ladog, but Max, this is where he's dangerous, but not enough boost to go any further. And Fishy with a dunk. Ladog looking off the backboard. Larry's going to get to it, almost gets the fake on Max. Ladog with the 50. This is straight down the waterfall. But Denzi, he is there. And that was a great opportunity for Krakens, but they cannot put it away. And now 20 seconds left to go here. Max carrying it across the field. Larry's going to bang this off corner. But a nice clear the other way, and Denzi's going to be there on the other end of it, looking for the double.
Oh,
looking to
my.
finish the series, and the save from Fishy comes through. The smoke screen kind of throwing us off, but I think we can assume the save was made as Denzi now at 6 saves, 2 goals, up to almost 800 points, and that is enough for him to get his team across the finish line. What a dominant performance by Denzi and Pinnacle to take the sweep over Krakens. This team is looking better than ever.
Oh my goodness, what a showing by Pinnacle. Each and every player showing that they can pop off. And I mean, and to be fair for the Krakens, every game was close. It's just 1-goal games. None of the games were a blowout. But at the end of the day, like we will probably see these 2 teams later on in the playoffs. And and then the Krakens will want their revenge then.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, that first game will count as a 1 goal game because it really was, but they just have to figure out how to break past scoring in the first few seconds, and they have a good chance to go very far in the season. And I think we got Dinzy in the call right now, so we're gonna ask you, bro. You just took a dominant 3-0 victory over the Krakens. How are you guys feeling right now?
Thank you guys for having us. First of all, I would before we start with this interview, I'd like to shout out my boy, Mr. Mad Max and Auntie, because I would be nowhere without them, to be honest. But after that, we feel very confident. You know, we have really no competition in this league, so
That's
that's
fair
all I
enough. I
gotta say.
mean, you guys look good, taking down one of the top teams in the Titan League. And yeah, as you said, when you got Max and Ante on your team, you can kind of just sit back, play defense, and rack up the saves. I think you had 6 in that game 3, the deciding game. So, I mean, if you have to say, now that you've taken down the Krakens, who else is really a threat? You said you're the top dogs, but who are you looking at right now?
To be honest, the only team people need to be worried about is us. I don't think there's really a threat uh, to us. You know what I'm saying? So
hmm
lucky free. The first place is on our way. You know what I'm
Fair
saying?
enough. I love the confidence. And
Yeah.
thank you for joining us, Dinzy, as that was a very quick series, a quick 3-0.
Oh
And
yeah,
but
for
that's
real.
not all we have for tonight. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for the quick interview to, get us a little insight on how you guys are feeling after a 3-0 victory. But that is all we have from me, Dinzy, and Jaegers. That is all we have for the first match. So make sure to join us for the second one as we be back in a few minutes.
See ya.
hurt on the inside. It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you, you break me, but something about it makes us so, baby. Every piece keeps us together in the cold. I break you break me, holding our love and chains of gold.
think I've had enough of you. I don't have time for you. I don't wanna see this through. Had it with the things you do. I think I've had enough of you. Thumbs through bell loops, I hardly felt you. We were kissing, something was missing. No room for tears shed inside our twin bed. Darling, you're a mess, goes good with your dress. Vision in my hurricane after her, but it dance in the rain's what I prefer. Caught in the eye of her eyes. Vision in my hurricane after her, but it dance in the rain's what I prefer. Caught in the eye. I think I've had enough of you. I don't have time for you. I don't wanna see this through. Had it with the things you do. I think I've had enough of you. I don't have time for you. I don't wanna see this through. But maybe, just maybe, one more dance, little bit of romance. Go ahead and take my hand. 100-second chance. One more dance, little bit of romance. Go ahead and take my hand. 100-second chance. I don't have time for you. I don't wanna see this through. Had it with the things you do. I think I've had enough of you. Broken in places, one for the ages. Taken hotel room, vacant without you. And sleep in the basement, none of this makes sense. All things considered, I couldn't quit her. Vision in my hurricane after her, but it dance in the rain's what I prefer. Caught in the eye of her eyes. Vision in my hurricane after her, but it dance in the rain's what I prefer. Caught in the eye. I think I've had enough of you. I don't have time for you. I don't wanna see this through. Had it with the things you do. I think I've had enough of you. I don't have time for you. I don't wanna see this through. But maybe, just maybe, one more dance, little bit of romance. Go ahead and take my hand. 100-second chance. One more dance, little bit of romance. Go ahead and take my hand. 100-second chance. But maybe, just maybe, one more dance, little bit of romance. Go ahead and take my hand. 100-second chance. One more dance, little bit of romance. Go ahead and take my hand. 100-second chance. I think I've had enough of you. I don't have time for you. I don't wanna see this through. Had it with the things you do. I think I've had enough of you. I don't have time for you. I don't wanna see this through. I think I've had enough of you. I don't have time for you. I don't wanna see this through. Had it with the things you do. I think I've had enough of you. I don't have time for you. I don't wanna see this through. But maybe, just maybe, one more dance, little bit of romance. Go ahead and take my hand. 100-second chance. One more dance, little bit of romance. Go ahead and take my hand. 100-second chance.
They'll know how we do it. They'll never get it anyway. Conquering the impossible.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. We are back for our second match of the night. We just came off of that huge win for Pinnacle in the Titan League against my boys, the Krakens. God bless their souls. They tried. They did well, but it wasn't enough. Pinnacle is a very strong team, so congratulations to them on that win. However, as we come back, we are moving down one league into the rival league, where we have the 8-5 Kings going up against the 9-4 Knights. Your boy Psychonatic in the booth, ready to bring that action straight to you. And I am joined here by the director of the Nemesis Gaming League, Rocker Chad. Rocker, man, how you doing?
Psycho, I'm doing excellent. You know, I got to pull out the broom, sweep you away. You know, with my Pinnacle boys, they took you guys down, so I was happy about that. Me and Psycho got some rivalry going on here tonight, but we're together here in the booth, which is always fun. So I'm excited, and we've got another great matchup here: Knights versus Kings, and boy, we got some of the top teams in the rival league. They're in that upper echelon, going at it, doing battle, trying to. It's a battle up there. It's a dogfight. I mean, a rival league here, Psycho, this season. It changed every season, but this season, rival league, it's that league that every team is in contention.
Yeah, it is. It's been definitely a pretty tough run for any rival team. But that's a great thing. You love to see so many good teams. You love to see it just come down to the nitty gritty, to the bare bones, and then all the clinches that come out in like the last week or two it's a really exciting environment.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I mean, with these two teams going at it, I mean, there is a lot of clinching to be had. I know that Knights, they're sitting here, they're almost clinching a play-in spot. Obviously, they're trying to get in that playoff berth. They're sitting right now at the 4th seed at 9-4, and the Kings, they're at the 7th seed, the last team outside of that playoff picture at 8-5. So they're trying to make their way in. So obviously, Psycho, the stakes are very high in this matchup. The Kings can pull off a win. They can keep pace and try to get one of those top 6 spots. And Knights, obviously, a win for them would be huge here. Depending on how Distortion and Thunderbirds do, they could even tie for the 1 seed by the end of the night. So a lot at stake for both these two teams, and it's gonna be a great matchup here.
Well, it is spicy. I love to hear that we have such a big match in front of us, and I'm seeing a lot of big names here that are going to be on the pitch, and that is fantastic. But we are running a little bit behind, so let me get it for you from you real quick, Rocker Man. What is your caster prediction here? We know you predicted the Winnacle win. You got that. So what is your big brain saying about these two teams?
Oh gosh, I'm not too sure here on this one, Psycho. I'm trying to look at who's joining up in the game and get those chat predictions in as well. It looks like Pillow, Lethal, and Kratos on the Kings, and Flip, LSM, and Quicksnail. Oh, I'm tempted to go with the Knights in this one. I think I'm gonna go Knights 3-1, but dude, Kratos, great player. Pillow is a great player. I don't know much about Lethal. But, I'm just excited for a great game, and he's already flip resetting, so maybe we won't be knowing all about him in this one. But, yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Knights in this one just from the names that I recognize and knowing their capabilities.
Yeah, good shout out there to Big Crate, because that man is a demon on the pitch. And, I mean, any team should be rightfully scared of him. But on that other side, Knights, I know that Flip 1010 is a beast. I've seen that man. Whenever I was AGMing over there, I got to watch him play a little bit, and that dude is just disgusting with it. So we'll see if which team is able to pull things out of the hat here. And in the first minute of gameplay, not too much going on. A little bit of back and forth in the midfield. Kings sustaining a small amount of pressure, getting a shot on net, but not able to get too much going, as the Knights are able to hold them at bay. Kratos out of the corner with the big touch, gets the second off the wall, flips there, bangs it all the way across into the corner of the Kings, as Lethal gets it out of the corner. Quicksnail's there to take it away from him, sends it over to the other corner, where Kratos finally gets a banging clear, sending that one all the way back. And a counterattack may be coming out. Quicksnail living up to his craziness of a name, getting in front of that one, Rocker Man. And it's hard to say right now. I feel like the Kings are holding most of the pressure here.
Yeah, they really are. And you see Kratos,
Kratos and Pillow had a couple of shots so far, and Lethal, obviously the flip reset attempt at the beginning. And yeah, right now the Kings are doing everything they need to do to keep the pressure, and it seems like the Knights, they haven't been able to sustain anything here. And obviously it's game one, so both these two teams kind of feeling each other out here, trying to see, who's got the edge. These teams only play once in the regular season here, being, rivals, I guess, in cross conference here, cross conference play. As actually, I believe, maybe I'm wrong about that. Is this conference play? I think conference play started back up again. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
Oh, you got me there.
It is conference play, yeah. With the final 5 games, yeah, because these next 2 matches will be the conference games, and then the last 3 will be the division games. So, yeah, back in the conference matchup. So either way, these two teams will only face off once because they're not in the same division. So the point still stands. Trying to feel each other out in the first game they're playing this season.
And halfway through game number 1, we still got a 0-0 scoreline here. Neither of these teams able to find the back of the net, but Kings registering 4 shots on net while Knights only got 1. Though I have to say sometimes it's quantity over quality and sometimes it's quality over quantity. And we'll have to see which thing wins out here against these two teams as we get closer and closer to the end of game number 1 with the possibility of OT looking pretty strong here. Pillow is going to miss his touch there on the sidewall. LSM gets control of it, but it gets taken away by Lethal in the midfield. Lethal getting beat to the ball off the ceiling, down and almost into the Kings net. Knights narrowly missing that. LSM not able to clean things up. And Flip trying to keep their pressure alive for the Knights. Quick Snail's there. He's 50 and off of the defense. Flip sends it over in front of the net, but Kratos is there to bang it away in the midfield. Quick Snail going to pick it up and pop it towards the mid. LSM has to 50 with one of the Kings' offensive players. As Kratos gets the touch, it's a soft one to the side. LSM trying to pinch it to get it out, but Lethal takes control of it out of the corner. Can't get it past Flip on defense. Pillow keeping the pressure up for the Kings. Kratos with the shot, but can't find the back of the net. Lethal is going to clean up the play and take the lead for the Kings.
Yeah, that's a nice little 3-man play. Kratos probably could have slotted that one in, but it bounces off and Lethal on the great follow. And it was a great setup on the first ball from Pillow as well. And the Kings, I mean, they just had pretty much relentless pressure here in this one, as they are up to 9 shots in this one. So even though it's only a 1-0 ball game, these guys have been putting on the shots, and now it's up to the Knights to see if they can find a bounce back here. And they've only tallied 2 shots, and the offense hasn't been in their favor. And they had that one huge missed opportunity. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them, but it may, as Kratos is going to put in another one in 2-0, 39 seconds.
Kratos getting some padding for his team there. Finds a beautiful pass from Pello off of the backboard and gets it straight past Flip there, left alone in the net. Not much that he could do in that 2v1. And that is going to result in a 2-point lead for the Kings. They got the cushion that they need with 30 seconds remaining on this clock. It's unlikely that the Knights will be able to make a comeback. Quick Snail trying to go in on the solo play. Can't get it past the defense. And Kratos beats out the last defender of the Knights and pours a little bit of salt in that wound.
Yeah, and Kratos, just such a great player here. Everyone remembers him from Challenger League last season. He, just had a great performance with his team, taking the Bishops all the way to the grand finals where they unfortunately fell, and he's still that guy up here, up there in the rival league, and he's proven it right here as he's gonna help lead his team to the game 1 victories. Quick Snail gonna put in one for the road, and 13 seconds left. Crazier things have happened, but a little bit unlikely.
Mathematically possible, but I agree, highly unlikely, especially with the way that the Knights have been playing. However, that's huge for them as far as a morale boost goes, getting a little bit of momentum going into game number 2. I'm sure they've already chalked this game number 1 up as a loss, and Flip gonna miss that touch as Lethal's gonna send yet another into the back of the net. Now 4-1 in favor of Kings.
Yeah, Lethal just sending it far past the last defender. And yeah, this game is now officially chalked. I'll write it up here. Kings will take game number 1 and head up 1-0 in the series. And yeah, honestly, they put on a good performance here. in this one, and I wasn't really sure what to expect from these two teams. I knew Kratos was solid, as Lethal is going to put in that ball right at the very last split second there, a 5-1 victory. And yeah, I think at this point, though, the Knights had just said, all right, this was, not our game. Let's reset and go next, which has got to be the mentality here. 5-game series. They're not super long, but they're long enough to where, hey, you can push a game out of your mind here, regroup for this next one. And, if I'm them here, if I'm the Knights, you got to be looking to say, hey, how the heck are we going to get more than 3 shots? Because 3 shots, it's not going to cut it. You're not going to win many games with 3 shots. In pretty much any league in Nemesis, let alone the rival league. So if I'm them, I'm trying to figure out, hey, we got to get some more pressure here. Let's see if we can get some more shots up. Let's see if we can get these guys working here. Because, I've heard good things about Flip. Obviously, LSM, everyone knew him from Hydra last season, and Quick Snail. I loved Quick Snail on Vortex when they were playing on Vortex. And, I want to see him step up a little bit here. It's game 2. You're down here. I really expect a bounce back from him in this one, starting with offense. I would expect Quick Snail, but I don't know too much about who's been leading the way. I know LSM's been big, but I want to see Quick Snail in this game number 2 cycle. I want to see some offense coming out of him.
Yeah, I fully agree with all that. Especially we know that the Knights have a really strong defense. I believe it was LSM, who was able to put up 4 saves in that last game. However, with the amount of pressure that Kings were applying, 13 shots they got in game number 1. Any team, no matter how good they are defensively, is eventually going to crack under that pressure.
Oh, most definitely. You put that many shots on net, and it's not gonna be good news for the other team. So I expect the Kings to keep going for that. And right now, you see already early, the Knights are trying to get on that offense and try to avoid getting counterattacked upon.
And that was very close for the Knights right there. Pushed up a little bit too far. Luckily for them, the Kings shanked that shot, and it did go wide. And they were able to maintain the 0-0 scoreline with just about a minute gone so far. This is shaping up to be quite reminiscent of game number 1, with both of these teams just sort of playing off of each other. However, looks like Knights do have a little bit more pressure in this game than they did in game number 1, already up to 2 shots. So maybe they took some of that advice from you there, Rocker Man, and they're going to try and do, maybe not. I'm not sure what happened right there, but both of the Knights just left that ball.
Yeah, they had to put the pressure on early, but they've given it right back. And that's the one thing when you're getting suffocated in one game and you're trying to adapt to the next game. Yeah, you can get pressure early, but here comes a shot.
Oh.
You can't let them get back. Pillow right there puts it in, and that's what happens. You get the pressure early, but the Kings, they're able to survive and get right back to it. And Pillow are able to read that one nicely, able to put it in the top left. And yeah, a tough break for the Knights there, but the Kings, they're doing exactly what they had to do. Survive the quick early pressure as the Knights tried to adapt and get some counterattacks to LSM with a huge save on the goal line.
Yeah, and King's showing us that it's not just Kratos and Lethal that are able to make plays happen. As Pillow stepped up there for his team, he was pretty quiet in game number 1, just letting Lethal and Kratos do what they do best. But no more Lethal with a huge shot, and nobody from the Knights back to defend for that.
Yeah, no one quite ready for this. Lethal just gets out, gets some good power, and yeah, it looks like Quick Snail maybe got caught out a little bit, maybe expecting LSM to be a little bit closer in net, and that one just goes bar down. And yeah, the Kings, 2-0 here. They're looking a lot like they did in that game 1, which we thought actually, Psycho, now that I'm thinking of it, we thought that game was going to go to overtime scoreless. It ended up being 5-1 in that last game, and maybe turn into something similar.
Yeah, that could be true. Kings definitely started to run away with that game number 1 once they got that pressure going, and it seems like they may do the exact same thing here. But Knights really not playing as good a defense in game number 2 as they did in game number 1, getting caught up. Both of these goals were basically from them being pushed up too far. I know Quick Snail was a little bit on that second one, was a little bit awkward on the backboard there. But it feels like their communications are off, and they're just pushing up a little bit too far.
Yeah, they are pushing up a little bit too far, and with 2 minutes remaining, though, Psycho, there's still a lot of time for them to try to battle back here. But you really, again, you got to start on the offensive end. You got to see some life on the offensive side from these Knights players, which we just haven't quite seen yet. And hopefully right here maybe we can see something as a demo comes through. Flip trying to get to it, but it's gonna be cleared out again, and they just can't sustain it. That's the biggest thing right now.
Yes, it certainly is. And Lethal with another shot, catching the defense, slipping again. 3-0 now with 1:43 left on the clock. Rocker man, this is starting to look bleak for the Knights.
Yeah, it really is. The Kings, they survived the early onslaught, and now they put on some good shots. But wait a minute, Quicksteel has an opportunity, but no boost to get any power on that one. And the Kings are really just feeling his pillow, looking for the bump. Kratos trying to flick it by, looking for a follow, but not going to go. And yeah, it's very bleak here for the Knights. They're going to need one very quickly, and it just seems like there's just a pressure difference between these two teams. The Kings, they've had all the pressure, and the Knights have just been on the back foot. Even though they've gotten more shots, it's been a lot of time spent in their zone, and every time the Kings attack, they've been able to put threatening shots on net.
And it looks like maybe, quite possibly, the Knights might just be having just a bad day when it comes to games. And it happens to us all. But Quicksnell in the mid there had that flick on his car, but the flick just had no power behind it. And I mean, I know how it feels because that's the way his flick looked is the way all my flicks look. But it's not something that I expect to see from a rival player. With them being up in like the 1600s and above. You expect to see a little bit more mechanical quality, I guess you would say.
Yeah, definitely. Quality and consistency is probably the word you're looking for there. As this one going to be passed out again. Lethal with the hat trick, Kratos with the playmaker, and they're really just pouring it on. And the Knights may not be as consistent right now, but the Kings are definitely consistent. They are consistently putting on this pressure, and it's just unrelenting. They're just dominating this game. Despite that one Knights goal that they got there, the Kings have, could be looking for the perfect sweep here, as they've just played pretty much an excellent game right here. 4-0, gonna win this game number 2, and now the Knights are gonna have to pull off the reverse sweep. As this one, another open net pillow. Oh my goodness, he can't hit it. That one was rolling in front of the net, and yeah, the reverse sweep. It's always a possibility, Psycho, and I'd like to think the Knights have a chance, but if they are going to have a chance, there's got to be some major adjustments coming here.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to count the Knights out at this point, but I agree. I'm not sure what their mental's looking like right now. I know a lot of teams in their position at this point are going to start having bad mental. They're going to start feeling bad. They're going to start playing bad because they're feeling bad, which makes them feel worse, and it's just this whole big cycle. But, you gotta make sure and not fall into that cycle. You gotta keep your morale up, and you gotta keep your team boosted and feeling good, because at the end of the day, we're all here to have a good time. Yes, this is competitive, and you want to win. We all want to win, but it's more important to have fun than it is to win Nemesis Gaming League. Let's just be real.
It is very important to have fun, and it looks like the Knights, obviously we talking about some major changes that need to go on, and it looks like the major changes, they're going to make a sub right here. It looks like they're going to bring in Doodle, who's been passed around a little bit here. Like Psycho wanted to say, I'll say it for him. He said, oh wait, I'll let you say it. It's like he's looking at me like he's looking at me like I shouldn't say that. It's like you can introduce him, I guess, if he's actually going to be in there.
I was gonna say you really gotta do this to me.
He gave me the death stare. I said, oh wait.
This man tells me I can't say it and then about to say it.
Yeah. My bad.
Nah,
Psycho, introduce him. Introduce the man on the pitch here who's been passed around a little bit.
I don't see him coming in yet, but hopefully he does come in. My man Doodle coming in, and he coined this himself, and I just loved it so much. Anybody who knows me will know why. But this man is the Nemesis Blunt, getting passed around like it's just some of that goody good. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Doodle. I mean, Doodle he's been around in Nemesis for quite some time, and yeah, he's been passed around by a few teams there. Even made it on Arrival for the briefest time ever, and then we end up trading him away. But it looks like what is going on here? It looks like we're all good to go. And Chips, I don't know who the heck Chips is. That is not Doodle. We just absolutely lied to everybody. You know,
Well-
when you make a sub, I assume it's on your roster, and well, okay, they're scoring.
It seems to work for him. Why didn't they get Chips in here game 1?
I don't know. I don't know who Chips is. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Maybe Chips is Doodle, and when we're going down that path that we were already talking about going down, what do you like to eat? Chips. Just saying. You eat a whole
There you
bag
go.
of chips.
That's true. That does happen. Not from experience, but I know that does happen.
From other people's experience.
From other people's experiences. of
And
course.
movies.
And movies, yep. And, you know, all the media that's related to it, of course.
True.
But, but regardless here, that is how you want to start it out if you're going to try to pull a reverse sweep. And hopefully we can figure out who the heck Chips is in the meantime. And make sure that they're allowed to be playing this match in the first place. That would be unfortunate if that was the case. But regardless, you know, we'll continue on and we'll figure that out. And we'll see if the Knights can defend on defense here.
And they've been doing pretty good so far. 2 saves. Not too bad. They've been doing a really good job the whole series on defense. It's just like we said, lethal with a big one all the way from across the field. You know, it's like we already pointed out, Rocker Man. One, they're just pushing up too far. What just happened has been happening time and time again throughout the entire series. They get caught out from pushing up too far. And just like in the Novice League, sometimes you just bang the ball at the net and nobody's back. Boom, free goal.
Yeah, it happens. It even happens at the highest leagues. Even in Titans, sometimes you'll just see teams just over rotated, trying to get a little too aggressive, and you know it ends up being an open net, and that happens sometimes. But you know, even to the best of us, and you know, the reason. Well, sorry, I'm stumbling over my words a little bit here. But oh my goodness, LSM almost hit a banger. But it does happen less and less as you get to the higher leagues, and it's more of a big deal when you see an open net in a league like Rivals. Oh my goodness, look at that passing play by Kratos and Lethal combined to make a save. And I mean, goodness, the Knights are looking a lot better here on this one. And you know, we're assuming it's gonna be Doodle here, named Chips. But yeah, they are looking a lot better here.
Yeah, that was an insane save. I mean, that's one of those situations where he was about to dunk it off of the save, but then his teammate came in and made the save off the dunk. Flip gonna miss that one, but LSM's not gonna miss it, taking the lead yet again for the Knights. These men are revived.
They are revived here, and LSM is leading the way. And you know, LSM on Hydra last season, everyone remembers LSM because Hydra is looking for a sub, and LSM didn't play a single game, but ended up getting the chip there with Hydra, who had a great run in the playoffs last season in the Rival League. And LSM, they were just there. They were ready just in case, but they weren't needed. And you know, no one knew what to expect from LSM, even if they had to sub in. But obviously, LSM putting in the work this season, and you know, they have put in a performance this season. So like, we didn't really get to talk too much about the stats in this one, but LSM 1.24 goals per game from LSM.
Wow.
Not only to be outdone by Kratos with 1.44, which is another insane number on the Kings, but LSM, a great player who we weren't really sure what we're gonna get from him at the beginning of the season. You know, more of an unknown, but obviously, you know, huge player on this Knights roster.
Yeah, doing really good so far. Looking really good in this game for sure. And we did confirm that Chips is in fact Doodle. That's, you know, one of the reasons why Steam is so much better than Epic is because you can just change your name willy-nilly all the time whenever you want, 70 times a day. It's great. Doesn't care. You want to change your name to a name somebody already has? Great. Do it. All good. Epic, you can't do that, can you?
No.
That's why Steam's better. But anyways, back to the game where Chip Doodle has got the ball, but he's going to give it away to Lethal. LSM taking it out of the midfield, off the side, while Pillow is going to pop that one up and out. Chips is there to keep the pressure for the Knights, and they are leading by 1 with 1:25 left on the clock. Pillow getting that one out before LSM can get to it and try and sink his fangs in. Kratos with the shot, but Flip going to get in front of it, and Flip is going to send that one all the way down into the Kings' corner. Chips out of that same corner, bounces off his car. LSM beats out Kratos to try and clear LSM again, but he doesn't have enough boost to get back up to it, and Flip is sticking with it. The Knights are looking dangerous right now, keeping all of the pressure in the Kings' side of the field, Rocker Man. The Kings, I mean, this Knight roster is looking completely different once Doodle stepped on the field.
It really is, and it's allowing the Knights to get back to what they do best, which is LSM scoring, Flip assisting. As oh my goodness, Flip with a huge save, and he's saving as well, picking up a savior medal. But this is what they do best. Flip, he's leading the rival league in assists this season, and that gives him a 7th best in Nemesis. So Flip assisting, LSM scoring, and Doodle's able to fill right in where they need to. And with 20 seconds left, they're looking to hold on to this W and start the reverse sweep attempt.
Yeah, and this is exactly the momentum they want to have to start that reverse sweep. Flip almost able to find Doodle there in front of the net. As Lethal's going to take a shot, but LSM getting back in time. Kratos with the pop in the midfield. LSM sending it away, and that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Knights take game number 3 and start the road to the reverse sweep.
Yeah, and I think this is the best road to start the reverse sweep here, Psycho. Obviously we talked about it. They needed a major change. What's more major than a player change in a game like this? You sub in Doodle. Obviously things change. The other team thinks, oh crap, we got to watch out now. Doodle's on the pitch here. They got another player on this one that we have to watch out for. It gives the other team, a little bit of unknown, a little bit of uncertainty. They were feeling good. They were feeling comfortable. Put them outside their comfort zone. Sub that player in. And, like I said, it worked to perfection. They got back to what they needed to do. Get LSM shooting, get Flip passing, and Doodle, you sit there and be solid. And this team can do some things. And now as we head to Forbidden Temple, they have a possibility here to maybe pull out the reverse sweep, but they got to take this game 4. Going to be a very difficult one to see if they can force the game 5. It's Lethal. Oh my goodness, double flip reset on that one, but couldn't quite find the back of the net.
Unfortunate. Would have loved to see that clip go off, but it's not going to work out for him. Pillow in the midfield. Flip going to take it away from him. Pillow up and at him, but can't find the ball. Doodle can't get a good touch, and the team play comes out. I'm not sure that was intended, but the Knights are on the offensive push right now as Doodle there in the middle hits it out of the corner. Flip off the backboard. LSM going to beat Doodle to it. The double commit working for him.
Yeah, it works out here. Is this one out of the midfield? But I mean, really, they just had to go for this ball. It's a great opportunity. And LSM, assisted by who other than Flip, they put in the back of the net yet again here, 1-0, and they're feeling good right now.
Yeah, this Knights roster has come alive, and they are looking very much like what we anticipated in the first 2 games. Took them a little bit to get ready to go, but they have found it. Doodle, very dangerous, almost own goaling, but he was able to control the ball and get it on the post instead of in his own net. And Lethal out of the corner. Doodle pops it up in front of his own net. This is dangerous as Kratos is there. He gets the double touch, but Doodle with a huge save off of the soft touch. That was such a tough ball to read, Rocker Man, with Kratos getting that last second soft touch there to redirect it. Oh, and Pillow gonna send it in off of a pass from Lethal.
Yeah, I mean, the Knights were doing so great on the defensive end, but this pinch comes through, and the Knights, they're just caught out. Last man not quite back there on that one, and yeah, tough one to allow to go in. But yeah, they had some good defense. They had the one goal here, and again, you can't let them fall down in this strain here and let the Kings get rolling, because things can get scary. We saw it in Game 1 and Game 2. Don't let them get in that zone. Shut them down right here, right now.
Yeah, you definitely got to shut this Kings roster down, because we know once they get going, they're practically unstoppable. The first 2 games, they didn't only beat the Knights, they pretty much dominated the Knights. But in Game 3, the Knights were able to... I got something in my throat. Turn it around, but Pillow, once again, just catching the defense of the Knights not there. They got to get used to this Kings team sending the long ball.
Yeah, they do, and that's the one thing when you're playing a team here and you start to get aggressive, you start to go all in on the offense, you leave the back end open a little bit, and the counterattacks can come through, and the Kings, no matter what the style, whether it's pressure, whether it's counterattack, they make it happen, and they're perfectly content to score in any way necessary, and that's what makes a great team here in the Kings, which is a very good sign as they possibly head to the postseason. And with that goal there, looking to close out the series. Don't let them get any hope. Don't let the Knights get hope and get that Game 5 scenario.
Yeah, the Kings have been showing a lot of attributes tonight, and now they're showing us their versatility as a roster, able to just switch up their styles whenever they lose a game, pick up the pieces, and hit the ground running. And they have the lead again as we enter the second half of game number 4 here, and this is dangerous for the Knights as the Kings are sitting. Oh, and LSM with the shot. He's going to get it through. I didn't think that one had enough power to make it, but the defender just barely couldn't get there.
Oh, that's such a perfect pass from Doodle. You can't really do it any better than that one. You get it by the last defender, a soft pinch that goes perfectly up, and LSM, great reach there. The goal scorer on the roster, he's just put in all the work they would have put in the back of the net and keep things tied here. With 2 minutes remaining here on Forbidden Temple, the Knights looking to force that Game 5, looking to put that reverse sweep into the News Misk. But the Kings, they will battle back. Be sure of that. They'll give you a couple more attempts here before this one's said and done.
Yes, they certainly will. And Doodle, with the pinch off the backboard, getting it away from his net. LSM is there to keep the ball away. Pillow putting it back in front of the net, flipping LSM both up, but they get the pinch all the way back to the Kings' corner. Flip off of the backboard. Doodle can't get up to the ball in time. Hits it to the side. LSM gonna 50 with the defender. And the ball's floating in the Kings' defensive half. Flip missing his touch off the wall. LSM puts it up, trying to find the second, but beat out by Pillow, who puts it off the backboard. This could be dangerous. Lethal's there, Pillow's there, but they can't find the back of the net. The ball stays out. Big Crate with it, trying to go for the flip reset, but the ball gets taken away. Lethal's there with the shot. Oh my! He finds the bottom 90 with that one.
Oh my goodness, that is perfect placement from Lethal. He's got 2 defenders going for the squishy. He says, I'm going to shoot it down and flip. Oh my goodness, so close to hitting that one out. He's feeling the pain right there. I know in his mind he believes he hit that one, but it was not meant to be. And just perfect placement. Lethal has impressed for sure. They have been a shooter. We talked about Kratos leading the rival league in goals per game, but really, I mean, Lethal has been the scorer in this one, and it's just very, very impressive.
Yes, it is. And with less than 60 seconds left on the clock, Knights are looking at having to go home. And Kings looking to shut down their reverse sweep attempt. It was looking so promising in game number 3, and they're still playing really well in game number 4, but Kings have just turned it back on. It seems like they've figured out a way to counter the changes that Knights made during game number 3 in the final 30 seconds. Will the Knights be able to pull this out, or will the Kings shut it down and walk away victorious? Doodle's there. Kratos gets it out into the corner. Kratos falling it off the sideball. He's got the flick and he gets it through. That's pretty much put the fork in it. He just put him down.
Dagger is out. LSM tries to get to it, and last defender just flicked out, and that one heartbreaking. But of course, it's Kratos, big Crate with the dagger there, and the Knights need a miracle kickoff here with 9 seconds remaining. Not quite going in their favor. Lethal, he's going to try to put one more dagger in. The save comes through, but it doesn't matter, as this one is going to do it. The Kings, oh my goodness, impressive performance and impressive resolve there. And they take this series, take down the Knights in 4. And man, what a series there that these 2 teams gave us, Psycho.
Yes, quite impressive indeed. The Knights playing their hearts out, doing everything that they can to come back and almost making that comeback. Game number 3 looked so promising for them, but I think that the Kings were just too versatile, too adaptive. They went into game 4 like, okay, we see the changes that you made. Y'all want to put on the offensive pressure? I got you. We're gonna make changes for that. And they did. They adapted to it, and they came out on top. They came out the better team in that series. Congratulations to the Kings.
Yeah, and you can kind of see Psycho from the get go there. It seemed like the Kings they just had that offensive pressure. They had that chemistry, and whether the Knights maybe it was a bad day, or it was just the Kings dominating. Regardless, I mean the Kings did what they had to do. I was thoroughly impressed with them, and yeah, that's gonna set things up. Things get even spicier out there, Psycho. As now the Knights they're dropped to 9-5, the Kings improved to 9-5. And with all the other matches going on, I was going to take a quick peek at the rival results so far. Looks like Greylords took down Blaze, Thunderbirds took down Pineapples. That could be the only other interesting result in terms of seeding at the moment for those guys. But I mean, man, it is going to be a dogfight. Arrival's been on the come up as well. They've been on a win streak. The Kings now trying to move in that playoff race. That playoff race, Psycho, in the rival league, it's like going to be a dogfight to avoid that play-in tournament.
Yeah, that is awesome. We need to hit up our graphics team and see if they can't make some sort of graphic we can put up for the next rival matchup, since it's not often that we get the conferences that are that close. There's a lot of times where there's a couple of teams that are just battling it out, but to have that many teams in contention, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, I know next week it's going to be so important. It's like we talked about it. It's conference play right now. We're moving back into conferences, where these matches mean more than just the non-conference. The conference matches are more important for some tiebreakers. But then, next week's like we got the start of division on a Wednesday, the last division matches. And, we get 3 division matches to end it off. And those ones are so important. And, for these two teams, I mean, every match is going to be so important when you're trying to fight. It just seems like there's so many good teams at the top. They're so close, and that's what you love to see. It sets us up for some great content going in the postseason in the rival league. We don't really know who's going to be the playoffs, who's going to be the play-in tournament. Some of these teams are going to have to be fighting for their postseason lives. Come a couple of weeks. So. Got to get out of that play-in tournament. They're going to be fighting, and obviously, it is going to be something to watch here. But really, I was very impressed with these two teams. Both gave it their all. Obviously, Kings coming out with a dub, so congrats to them. And yeah, just definitely a fun series. And we still got one more Psycho, one more spicy one that definitely has some implications.
Yes, we certainly do, and that is going to wrap us up for our second match of the night. We do have one more banger coming your way after a short break as we make some switches. Get yourself some food and some drink. Get yourself a little bathroom break in if you need to. Whenever we come back at 9:30, we're going to be going into the Prospect League, where we have the 5-8 Flurry going up against the 6-7 Hypernova. So these two teams got a lot going on for them. As you said, Rocker Man, a pretty high stakes match for them. And I appreciate you joining me up here in the booth tonight. It's always a pleasure to cast with you.
Yeah, Psycho, is always a pleasure. Next match is going to be a good one. I'll be back in the booth with the Gallium for that one. These two teams fighting for the postseason. I cannot wait to see that one.
Yeah, certainly. I can't as well. Actually, I don't think I can because I have to play my match, but I will go back and watch the VOD. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back for more Nemesis Rocket League. We'll see ya.
wasting my time. Could have saved a pickup line. Didn't have to go buy your drinks that night. Go and ask for your number. Wait a week to call you. Or wait to meet your mother. I wonder, what if we skip the wait, the fancy dinner dates, and all the Hallmark holidays, skipped anniversaries, the get down on one knees. What if I knew in time you'd leave me? What if we never waited? Skip a couple pages. What if we made a long story short and all the awkward stages and honeymoon phases we could have made? A long story short. A long story short. They say go see where she's from, then wait a year as a rule of thumb before you can call it love, love, love. Oh God. They say to just take it slow. They say to see where it goes. But what if I would have known when I said hello? I would skip the wait, the move into my place, pretend to love your friends I hate. Skip years and little fights on drunken Friday nights. Why did you wait to say goodbye? What if we never waited? Skip a couple pages. What if we made a long story short and all the awkward stages and honeymoon phases we could have made a long story short.
Left me in this mess I'm falling. Never know. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer.
All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to our final matchup of the night as we are heading down to the Prospect League where the postseason implications are high. We have Fleury taking on a Hypernova in a battle as they are fighting to stay in that postseason race. I'm Rockerman back in the booth for my second match of the night, the final match with the one and only Gallium. Charles, Gallium, how you doing tonight?
Doing amazing, just great to be back casting. Monday was a blast, so let's keep the same energy coming. The last game of the night, Rocker Man.
Yeah, and we've got a good one out here on the docket for you guys as we have Hypernova 6-7 coming to this one, Fleury 5-8. And I mean, Charles, it's a battle. Hypernova's sitting at 9 right now, but Fleury only one game back at 12. And that race to get into that play-in tournament, it is tense down there.
It is super intense and a lot of divisional matchups today. This one, no exception. And honestly, Rocker Man, I'm just going to give you the teams real quick, if you don't mind.
Go.
For Hypernova, they have B-Tree, Fear the Career, Kenemon Toast, and Ultimus Rule. And for Fleury, they have Critter, Regiment Critter, Vicious Oreo, Dukes, and Speed Demon on their roster. And one thing that I thought was pretty hilarious is Critter is first in the Prospect League for demos, and B-Tree is third. So I'm not saying it's going to be a demo-heavy game, but I'm basically implying it.
We're gonna have some demos going on here. Well, I want to get into this one, Charles. I'm excited. We got the teams in the lobby. They are ready to go here. They are ready to demo the heck out of each other. So while we prepare ourselves mentally for this one, who you got? Who you taking this one? And yeah,
Listen, as a Firestorm AGM, it pains me to say this, but I've got Flurry in 4.
ooh,
3-1.
he's got Flurry in the 4. All right. Well, we are gonna have to see here. I would also like to say Flurry here. Obviously, there's a lot of people we recognize as we are getting things underway. The Discord is going with Hypernova here, 32-17 on the board for them, and we'll see if that's the case as they are scoring out here first. And Fear of the Career and Kenamontes gonna put it in.
Hypernova is making me look like an absolute idiot. Fear the Career jukes out 1. Kenemon right back to Fear the Career. And a 1-0 lead early for Hypernova. This is a huge lead against a very stacked Flurry team.
Yeah, they're going to put that one in the back of the net, and yeah, that's a great way to start it out here. And I didn't even get to introduce the roster yet, but you guys can see them on the pitch. There we got Critter, Sweet Demon, and Dukes on a Flurry, and then Hypernova, Fear the Career, Kenemon Toast, and a Beatree going at it here in this one. And yeah, Hypernova are going to start it out strong, but Flurry going to try to battle back here as Critter. He's thinking of turning around for that demo. You can see it in his mind there as he made a beeline for the net here. Fear the Career looking to send it down, but this one going to be blocked off to the side. As Duke's taking the air, looking to find something mechanical, but Beatree is going to make a save. And Charles, it's always fun to see, some players in Nemesis that we pretty much all recognize. I think the only one that people may not recognize is Fear the Career, who I believe is new this season. But other than that, all five of these other guys is some pretty well-known names in Nemesis.
Yeah, that's what I'm noticing. I'm looking at all these players, and I believe majority of them have 2 or 3 seasons under their belt. So very interested to see how these veterans really duke it out here. No pun intended to the Flurry side. But honestly, one thing I am noticing about these two teams is how fast the pace of play is right now. It's much faster than, honestly, any of the prospect games that I've played recently. So we'll see if that plays a factor going down the stretch, Rockerman.
Yeah, obviously, these teams trying to play up that speed here and try to play to that higher level speed-wise. But, you always got to be careful. I always say it when we get in these, lower league matches. You can try to play fast, but don't play too far out of control. You got to play fast enough to stay in control and not make too many mistakes. The speed, he's not able to quite touch that one. As Beatree is going to create out Ken, trying to get that one, but not quite going to go. Critter looking for a touch, but not able to make it happen. This one out in the midfield, going to be pinched down. This one popping up high. Speed Demon looking for that read, trying to find it off the backboard. So close there. Duke's trying to finish it off, but another great opportunity there for Flurry as they've had a couple here recently, but can't find the back of the net.
Yeah, 6 shots coming out from Flurry. 2 Hypernovas, 3. So they're definitely out shooting them here. Let's see if the pressure can mount up as Dukes has a wide open net and is going to walk it in, Rockerman.
Yeah, he's going to take it all the way down. Going to beat out the last defender here. Just a little bit of a fake, and he just slows it down, puts it in the back of the net, and ties her up.
Beautiful stuff we are seeing from this Flurry team. Obviously out shooting Hypernova, but one thing I am liking is the amount of chances that they're developing. Most of these chances they're not really putting in the back of the net, but later down the stretch, these chances will come in crucial. To have the opportunity to score is much better than not having the opportunity to score, very obviously, Rockerman. I'm just really...
I think so.
Yeah.
He's onto something there.
Yeah, if you put the ball in net, you'll score more. That's just how it boils down to.
That's very true. That's very true. Regardless, though, I think your point does have some merit there. Is get some good pressure, and you'll get some great opportunities to win the game. And so far, these two teams have been pretty much making the most of all their opportunities. As Critter is hunting down for that demo, he is going in, and oh my goodness, yep, there it goes. There it goes, Charles. You get Beatree and Critter. They're trading demos. What else would you expect from number 1 and number 3 here? Speed Demon, a huge win. The net is open for Critter, but he can't find the touch. Dukes can't put it in, and it wasn't a demo, so Critter couldn't make it happen.
Goodness. We don't have a novice game on slate right now, but it's looking like a novice game so far, having a bunch of novice moments. But Fear the Career, beautiful shot with a Beatree pass, gonna slide it right between the 2 defenders, gonna make it 2-1.
Yeah, and that's so heartbreaking. So heartbreaking for Fleury. You have a wide open net. All you got to do is hit it in. I think Critter, he'll probably tell you he got a little too fancy. Tried to go for the aerial when he could have just stayed on the ground, jumped up into it, and coming right back down the pitch. Fear the career with excellent placement there on that shot, excellent speed to give his team the 2-1 lead. And now Fleury, they have to battle back, try to overcome these mistakes. They're going to want a chance here to take this game number 1 and start this series off strong. As Speed Demon making the turn and going to pop it up high. This one floating. Going to be sent down. Ken is waiting. Oh my goodness. Ken him on toast with the redirect.
Holy cow, what a redirect. Perfect. Bottom left. And this Hypernova team, even though they're getting outshot only by 1 shot now, they are still putting the pressure on Fleury, making it look easy, Rockerman.
Yeah, they really are here, making it look easy, and man, what an impressive one there. I mean, man, this Hypernova squad is looking good, and something we didn't really mention, it's not a super big point. Well, I guess it is a pretty big point. Critter was the former GM for Space Jam, going up against his former team here, his former org, and right now, his former org's kind of taking it to him a little bit here in Game 1 unless we see a miracle here from Fleury. Oh my goodness. Ken gonna find a block. There is Dukes. He's trying to put it through. Unless they get one right here from Speed Demon off the backboard. No follow, but the shot is gonna go. And wait a minute. Now they do have a chance. 6 seconds left. Only need 1.
Only need 1. 6 seconds on the clock. But one thing that is very consistent with these two teams is the amount of shots they're putting on. I mean, both of them have insane levels of shots. Fleury having 9 shots, Hypernova having 7. So these two teams are going to shoot a lot, and regardless of how this series goes down, it's going to be an entertaining one to watch, Rockerman.
Will, is that what's going to touch the ground? It popped up, but the shot was blocked away. And Hypernova, they are going to take game number 1. An impressive performance. They had some great opportunities, some great shots, and they end up with the game 1 victory here, Charles, and starting themselves on the right foot as they look to keep pace in that playing tournament.
Yeah, I really like how the Hypernova squad is playing right now. They're playing with a purpose. I like how the balls every time they hit a ball, it looks like it has purpose, and I think that is really crucial for a team to have that level of play where you finding your teammates, you're generating opportunities, and this Hypernova squad is generating a lot of them, Rocker.
Yeah, they really are, and you're exactly right. They are finding opportunities. It's often a struggle sometimes, in the lower leagues to find your opportunities and make them count. Just because not as consistent as some of the higher ranks. So when you got a team that's finding their opportunities and capitalizing, like this Hypernova squad is, they've shown us that they can shoot, they can score, and they can win here. So they take game number 1, and as we head into game number 2 here. We'll have to see what Fleury has in the tanks. What can they do to battle back here? And this one is Ken can't touch it, but Career is going to get off the backboard. His Critter going to find a demo. Career, he's by 1. It's just Speed Demon. Career trying to take it around a Speed Demon, a little bit awkward. And that one is going to go to Career. He takes it by all the defenders there and scores it for Hypernova.
I mean, look at those mechanics, just silky smooth, just getting past the defense and having that calm state of mind, being so patient to wait for Speed Demon. He was not in a great position to make a defensive stop, so to wait for him to be patient is such a crucial skill, and putting this Hypernova team up 1-0, it's going to be a little deadly here.
Yeah, it is, and Career, I mean, just kind of showing up here in this one, really kind of putting Hypernova on the back there with the scoring, and able to find that one to the back of the net as they once again start out with a lead. Now Fleury gonna see if they can find an answer in this game number 2. Critter trying to find a touch. That one's gonna be sent off to the side. Speed Demon gonna block this one up. Floating in the midfield, awkward for Beatree. Can't quite find the touch. Duke's trying to get out to it, but Speed Demon gets that one. Ken gonna bump Dukes out of the way and get back to the save, but it's waterfalling right down in front of the net. Career off the backboard, just impressive. It seems like everywhere that this ball is going, Career is going, and it is working out to perfection for Hypernova.
Honestly, Career in this game number 2 is showing up and showing out. Game 1, we saw a little bit of Career, but we didn't see as much as I would have liked, and I'm sure the Hypernova squad would have liked. So, I'm glad to see him really popping off for his team. He is probably their best player, And to have a player like Creer, so calm and collected, finding his teammates and putting it in the back of the net is so crucial. And one thing I think Fleury needs to work on is this defense. As a shot going out, but what a save! The defensive rotations, they clear the ball, but they don't have anybody to chase after it to keep it out of their zone, and that's something they need to work on. As Critter has a shot, but barely misses. Rockerman.
Yeah, and Crew is one of those players who I'm sure, again, not a lot of Nemesis people recognize. They've only played 8 games this season, but their stats have been very impressive. 1.38 goals per game and 2.38 saves per game. So everything that you'd expect, from a top-tier player in the Prospect League, Crew has done. And, so far in the series, we have seen all facets of that gameplay as Hypernova leads this series 1-0 and leads this game 1-0. As Fleury still looking to find something on that offensive end. This ball getting boomed a long way. Career trying to get back to it. Can't find the touch and actually is going to own goal it there. Speed Demon getting credit for the long goal.
Unfortunate play from Hypernova, and this goal is a little worrying. Could this be a tale for later down in the series if they're going to make a bunch of these mistakes, or could this just be a one-time mishap coming out from Hypernova?
Yeah, that was unfortunate one there, and you're exactly right. And Beatrice coming back, and right when Fleury ties it up, Hypernova says, "We will take the lead right back."
This is exactly what I was talking about from this Hypernova squad, just finding each other. They are basically holding hands at this point, just putting the ball where it needs to be and popping it right back into the net. This Hypernova squad is looking really comfortable here, Rockerman.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell with the way they've been playing. They have been comfortable. And Fleury hasn't threatened them too much. There have been a couple opportunities as misses come on the midfield. Duke's not wanting to challenge on this ball, being a little bit hesitant. That was one they could have gone for, but this one pops up an opportunity. Here comes Speed Demon out of the corner. He puts it in out of nowhere. I think he got a demo and popped back in.
That was a beautiful pass and shot. Critter right back to Speed Demon and Hypernova. And they thought they could fool Critter, their former AGM. He is like, nah, and puts it right towards Speed for a beautiful shot, tied 2-2. This is going to be one heck of a game.
Yeah, it's all tied up here, and now we got to see if Hypernova, will they bounce back? They scored very quickly after Fleury's first goal, but so far, not able to do anything there. Ken, with a nice touch to the corner. Critter going to find one touch when it pops up in the midfield. Beatrice high off the backboard. Duke's got to make this clear, and able to get it out for the moment. It's Speed Demon one-on-one versus Ken, but that 50 is only going to go to the corner. Here's Duke's on the sidewall. Can't quite follow Critter. Shoot it towards the net. Is it going to go? Oh my goodness, it's pinched away. But here comes Speed back for another opportunity. But no power to go. As now Critter on the dribble. And that one is going to be 50 away. But a couple of great opportunities there, Charles, that they can't quite put through.
No, they can't. And it's a very unfortunate for this Fleury team. I was mentioning earlier, generating opportunities is cool and all. But if you don't put them in the net, it is, for lack of a better term, not so cool. As, oh my goodness, Fear the Career, what a shot.
Critter pop it off yet again, just doing everything you need to do. Critter pops it up high, tries to get out to it, but Critter just quicker to that ball, able to put it in the back of the net, and 3-2 now. Hypernova, they are feeling good here, and with 50 seconds left, Fleury, it's just, they can't quite get ahead, Charles. They're just pulling in ever so close, but it's just Hypernova pulling away at the last second.
Yeah, and I feel like something to do with it is the hesitation from the third man. You saw it with Dukes, but whoever is in the third man rotation is hesitating a little bit, and that's costing them. No matter what decision you make, you have to make it in a split second in order for it to be a viable decision. And with 25 seconds remaining on the clock, this is going to be a shootout to the very end.
Yeah, not much time here as a bump comes out on Speed Demon. Dukes, oh, we can't quite get back to it. Kenavon puts it in, the bump just enough, and they couldn't quite get out to this one. Speed Demon, I think he thought about challenging maybe, but just tried to go back to the net, and he got punished for heading back that way as the bump comes through, and the own goal unfortunately comes out. It wasn't quite an own goal, a save attempt that couldn't quite be saved, but they're putting in work here. His career, a nice little read there on that one, and Hypernova looking to pull this one out here as the time ticks away in game number 2. And this one gonna put the dagger in. Career finds the hat trick And Career is just going off here, saying, "Hey, this is my series right here. We're taking game 2."
Not only is Career popping off, but I feel like them and their whole team are just popping off. I feel like they're flowing in such a way that they just look super comfortable, calm and collected, and they look like a whole unit going over the pitch. I mean, they're rotating phenomenally. They're playing at a great pace, and if Fleury doesn't do anything to stop this series could get away from them real fast.
Yeah, it honestly could, and they have got to be very careful here. It does Flurry, and something we saw in the last series that I thought was good was a sub came through. I don't know if Flurry has a sub that they want to put in, but regardless, if you're going to want to pull a reverse sweep here, Charles, it's got to be a drastic change of some sort, whether it be player sub or some sort of rotational. I don't know.
Yeah, as somebody who has pulled off a reverse sweep on stream, it is definitely not easy. I think honestly, you have to sit down and talk with your team and just honestly be honest with each other. Say things that are on your mind that you don't like that your teammates are doing, and as teammates, you have to be open-minded to what your teammates are saying. I think that's a very important part of the game that sometimes gets a little lost. And I feel like Fleury just needs to communicate with each other, tell each other, what they're doing wrong, and hopefully fix it here. And I honestly think one of the issues is just the chances they're not capitalizing on and a lot of mistakes in the defensive.
I like that you bring that up because that's such a great point, and I think it's so underrated here. Is that when you're a team, you can't take the criticism to heart here. Especially when you're down in the series. If someone's gonna say something, let's be honest here. Let's say what's not working. Let's try to turn it into a positive spin here. Say, hey guys, this isn't working. Here's what I think we can do to try to improve that. And hopefully for them, I know Speed has been around. He got the first perfect sweep in Nemesis history in the playoffs last season. And the Gladiators. Now he's got to try to battle his team back here for a reverse sweep. And I think he was giving him a talk there. He was the last one to ready up, last one to get ready. So I think they're trying to get something going. But B-Tree, the speed, it's just different from Hypernova.
It looks like it's too much for this Fleury team to handle at the moment. I think they just have to play faster, and I feel like they don't trust each other completely to make the plays that they need to make. In the defensive zone, they're too spread out. Now, being spread out is not necessarily a bad thing, but being too spread out allows there to be space for Hypernova to work with, and with how mechanical they are, you cannot let that happen.
No, exactly. And they have proven it to us here in this one that they are mechanical, and yeah, we'll see if Fleury can up the speed here and try to battle back. I think you're exactly right. I think they got to try to do that, and we'll see if they can match this Hypernova pace. Because this one got sent towards the middle. Critter not quite able to connect to that one like he'd like. His Career trying to get this one, send it towards the net. Dukes got to make a touch. As Critter gonna pick him up on the back wall, the side wall, and pinch it out of the midfield. B-Tree not quite able to control that one like he'd like, but this one pops in the midfield. Critter has a great opportunity, but Fear the Career, another huge save. Oh my goodness, Charles, everything is going Career's way in this series.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Oh, I thought Career almost had a redirect there. That's why I stopped my train of thought. But, Career just seems to be everywhere. And honestly, I don't think his teammates get enough credit for setting him up. And I think, honestly, his teammates are playing to set him up, which is so phenomenal. I think a very good part that goes a little bit unnoticed is dedicating who you want to feed the rock to the most. And hopefully, getting the ball to them as much as possible as Ketamon, Toast, gonna put it in the back of the net for the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, B-Tree sets it up nicely. A great follow, and the defense not expecting it. And then B-Tree just comes through for the bump on Critter. It wasn't a demo like he's used to, but he's used to bumping. And yeah, I think you're spot on there. They are setting him up, and even when they're not setting him up, like right there, I mean, Fear the Career wasn't even there, but Ketamon, he was able to find that one out there in the midfield, and obviously B-Tree was putting in that work as well there, and man, they are looking solid. And I'm surprised here. Obviously, there are always roster moves going on, Charles, but Hypernova 6 and 7, they are looking like a scary team to be reckoned with. Obviously, there's still some time left in this series, but right now they are looking like one of those teams that is going to be battling towards the end of the season here.
Yeah, and honestly, I hate that you said that because we play them next week. So, you know, not looking forward to it, obviously, since they're kind of putting the smackdown on Flurry a little bit. But, you know, I honestly, I really like how Hypernova is playing, to be terrified of them is an understatement for me. I am petrified of this Hypernova team and what they can do because they just look so, I don't know how to explain it. They look so serene and peaceful when they play. I don't know if that makes sense, but they look just like their car movements aren't that stiff. They're just flowing through the ball and they're just making plays that honestly I would never be able to make, and very impressive plays for Prox.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think you said fluid, or you were kind of referencing fluid there, and I think
Yeah.
I think that's exactly right. They do look so fluid. The rotations are solid, but here comes Critter looking for this one. They're trying to stay in this game and trying to disrupt the rotations of this Hypernova squad as they look to battle back another minute 30. They need something. They need something here to go their way. They need some sort of offense. They need to disrupt this Hypernova squad, and maybe it's some demos from Critter. Maybe it's diving in. They for sure got to put this pressure on here in the last minute 20. This one shot off the backboard. Duke's going to find a touch, send it down, but Kenemon just able to deny it away. The Speed Demon off to the side. Beatree on the dribble. Going to flick it by one. Critter coming through. Speed Demon on the redirect, shooting towards the net, but Kenemon with a huge save. Here comes Career, sending it high off the backboard. That one not going to go. It's blocked off to the side, and with a minute remaining, this ball pinching out in the midfield. An opportunity here for Fleury if they can put it in. They're trying to put the pressure on, but it's not going to go. With 40 seconds left, they have to sell out, and have to sell out right now, Charles.
Yeah, they have to send all three guys up into the Hypernova, and if they want to have even a slim or even a sliver of a chance in this game, and it's all or nothing right now. And honestly, I don't think it's going to happen, man.
They got to make something happen. Critter's trying to find the flick. It's not going to go. This one off to the sidewall. Critter going to bang it down, wasting precious time away as Critter sets it up. Beatree keeping it down, but Critter trying to put it towards the net. But Kenemon just waiting, speed, diving in, but you can't get it to go. And as this one is cleared away, Flurry is going to need a Hail Mary, going to need a miracle, need it with time on the clock. It's an opportunity. Speed Demon, he puts it in with 1 second remaining, and they have just enough life to give him one shot.
Imagine, I'm just going to put it out there. It is possible. It is possible. It's going to have to be an insane kickoff. And who's on the kickoff for either team? I believe it's Beatree and Critter.
Critter
Beatree
on the
and Beatree.
kickoff. Gotta put
It's
it
to the
good.
side.
Oh,
It's Hypernova.
Hypernova takes it down there, Charles, with a little bit of a scare in the last minute, but they pull out the brooms and they ended off their Hypernova with the W. And Flurry, they gave it a good effort at the end, but it just seemed again like Hypernova was the class of the field today.
Yeah, my prediction was a little bit off, just a little bit. And honestly, this Hypernova team surprised me a lot. I really like what they got going over there, and not looking forward to facing them in the future. But this Flurry team, I think they have a lot to build on, honestly. I think towards the end of the season, I feel like they just have to have an honest discussion with each other, just talk about, how they want to play going down the stretch, because I feel like the strategy that they brought out wasn't the strategy that they always want to go with. I feel like they didn't play like themselves today, and I think it's obvious going up against this Hypernova team that they had to play differently. So they just got to find their game, and they'll be all right.
Yeah, definitely. And they played it well. It looks like we have a little bit of a quick interview going down here. Looks like we got one of the players from Hypernova in the booth with us. We are going to be having Beatree in the booth. Beatree, how's it going? How are you feeling after taking that big W there?
Oh, I'm feeling good. They're a good team, but feeling really good. Yep.
Yeah, no, you guys played really good there tonight, and obviously things seem to be flowing well. What do you think you guys did well tonight, and what do you think was the reason you guys were able to pull out the sweep?
Well, I mean, we've had our new roster, and we haven't lost since we've got our new roster, so we're kind of on a hot streak. Real confident. Fear's the GOAT. He kind of carried, but I think we were confident going into the match, but I didn't. I mean, it went really well to get the sweep. A lot of respect for the other team, but yeah, we're really happy with that. Didn't really expect the sweep, but definitely happy that it happened.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you guys pulled it off, and good performance. Obviously, you talked about the new roster change. We've referenced it a couple times throughout the broadcast. Is getting Creer on that roster. What was that like when you first started playing with Creer, getting him on the roster, making that roster change? What was that like there to kind of get him in there? And was it just instant? Did the chemistry start flowing?
Yeah, so I mean, even Ken's new. I don't think Ken has played in a match until Career did either. So they were both new 4 games ago. But yeah, I mean, the chemistry was it was really good straight from the beginning. We had a lot of passes. I know we really work on our passing plays, um, and so that's something that those has been clicking for a while now. And but yeah, the chemistry was really good. We were pretty confident with him signing him pretty much on. We signed him, I think, a couple hours after we started playing with him, so we felt really good playing with him.
Yeah, that's awesome. I actually have a question for you. After game one, you guys looked a little bit nervous game one, and I thought Flurry had a little bit of a chance going into game two. What changed that set off the switch for you guys to absolutely dominate that game two?
Um, I I don't know. Stream nerves always come in a little bit. That game one, and I know I was talking to the guys a little bit before the game. I always get pretty nervous going into the streams. Um, so I know I always am not super comfortable that game one, but I think it was a big confidence boost going into game two, having won that game one. Um, having they put on a couple shots, a couple nice goals, and I think it was a really big confidence boost knowing that we could sort of handle the offense that they put out, and we could start to create a little bit more on our offense. So yeah, I guess to answer your question, it was mainly confidence. It's kind of a lame answer, but I guess that's most of it.
No, no, that's perfectly acceptable. And one more thing, it's not really a question, but more of a comment, I guess. We are playing you guys next week, and I'm absolutely terrified of your roster.
Yeah,
So
I'm sorry.
please,
You have to.
please, please don't,
I'm
beat
sorry.
it. Please don't beat us too badly.
All right. Well, everybody's sleeping on us. We had a bad start to the season, but we're here. We're here. So
Yeah. Yeah, one more thing kind of going on top of that. Obviously, looking ahead, you guys are 7-7 right now. You're kind of sitting in there right at the edge of the play-in tournament, right on the edge of the playoffs now. How are you liking your odds to lock up a postseason berth, and how do you think the rest of the season is going to shake out?
oh, we've got a playoff spot.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. I like the confidence. I like the
Yeah.
confidence there.
We've got a playoff spot. I mean, I'm not predicting too much against Ember while you're here. All right. I won't predict that
no, it's
match
all
for
right.
you, but
Later.
I like our odds quite a bit.
That's good. That's awesome.
All right, well, that's what we like to hear. Well, Beatrice, pleasure having you. Congrats on the W. Thanks for giving us some good content, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. And well, folks, that is just about going to wrap it up here. Thanks to Beatrice. Shout out to Hypernova for taking that sweep. It was a great performance there on that one. And before I sign off here, let's give a couple of quick shout outs to our Titan and Challenger subscribers. Well, all of our premium subscribers. We'll get that up on the screen for you guys to look at. Shout out to all these people who are going to be popping up there. A lot of support has come into the Discord. If you guys are interested, you can go check it out. But shout out Chunklight, DJ, Sodak, Speed, Crypt, Valence, and all of our Nemesis premium subscribers. If you guys want to support Nemesis, this is the best way to do it. You can go in the Discord, subscribe. There are a lot of cool perks that you get for that. You can get access to past season stats. You can get access to management meetings. You can get access to inside leaks and the Discord. There is a lot. There is a whole list. If you guys go look at it, it's full of things that you can get there if you guys want to support us. But huge shout out to those people. Always appreciate that. And also, if you guys are interested, the Nightbot is gonna do it for me. It's advertising Nemesis merch. I was wearing the Nemesis merch here on the stream. So if you guys are interested, you guys can go check that out as well. Another great way to support us and get some cool Nemesis swag, if you will. Sorry. I don't know. Can I say that? Can I say swag
No, no.
without it sounded like a
I think
boomer?
I think a better word would be drip. I think
Oh,
honestly,
okay.
Nemesis merch. I got it personally for Christmas, so it's a great gift for any time of the year. Just buy, even buy your loved one, buy your grandma some Nemesis. Let's just, you can make your grandma look really fly.
There you go. That's what you love to hear. Well, there you go. You can go have your grandma looking drippy. So there you have it. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for the stream. We've only got 4 more matches in the regular season, so really it all comes down to the next 2 weeks, Charles. I mean, these teams are gonna be clinching. I mean, we've got one more conference matchup, and then we got the 3 division matches to end out the regular season. And I mean, with the way these leagues have been going, everything is on the line in these last couple matches.
Yeah, I'm honestly, it's going to be one hectic last 2 weeks. Honestly, just really excited to be a part of it. I was a part of it last year and it was exciting. So, or last season, and it was exciting. So, just glad to be back. And I hope everybody, has a good 2 weeks, whether your team makes the play-ins or doesn't even make the playoffs. Just have fun and go out there and kick butt.
Yeah, for sure. And well, folks, that is going to do it. We're going to be back on Monday night here, yet again here at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be fun. There is a lot at stake here in these final matches. I'm super excited as we're ramping up into the postseason. It's right around the corner. I can't wait as always, but that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. Thank you to everyone for supporting. A couple shout outs again to AAA for the 8-month and JPH for the 9 months. Thank you guys for the support. And thanks for everyone for following the channel. We're almost at 2,000 followers. So if you guys are interested, follow the channel as well. Turn on the notifications and hop in the streams anytime you guys get a chance. We got to make that push for partner eventually. So if you guys want to support us, that is a great way as well. But that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you all for watching. And we will see you guys on Monday night.
Say it was the right time to walk away. When dreaming takes you nowhere, it's time to play. Body's working overtime, your money don't matter. The time keeps ticking when someone's on your mind. On your mind. Moving in slow motion, you feel so